Hi, thanks for joining me for a block printing tip video. I'm Tess and I'm going to be sharing with you a few of my top tips for when you print your own handmade wrapping paper. Now, lots of you may already wrap with brown wrapping paper, and I'm going to show you how you can add a simple block print to add a lot more detail to your wrapping and your gift tag and make that present extra special. Now, one of our favourite times for printing your own wrapping paper is at Christmas, so such as this penguin and starry wrapping paper, and hand printed paper looks fabulous under the tree. But also other times of the year, I've got a new favourite design, which is some patterned printing wrapping paper, and that looks really lovely for people that, you may want to do some sort of alternative style wrapping paper for. So I want to share with you a couple of tips that's going to make your wrapping paper printing a lot easier. Now, in the past, I have printed a whole roll of wrapping paper, and then when I've needed it, I've cut a piece off and used it to wrap a present. But what I did find was I had a lot of wastage, so there was lots of offcuts on the floor of my printed wrapping paper that went to waste. So what we tend to do is cut your wrapping paper to size. So I've got a gift here that I'm going to wrap, and what I've done is I have measured the paper that I need, so it's exactly the right size. And that way you're not going to be wasting any of your hard work. So I always suggest that you take your present, measure how much paper you need, and then cut the paper to size. And then you can just print this piece of wrapping paper. Now, I'm using a white recycled paper for this, which is actually from IKEA. It's a children's drawing roll, but it's got a really lovely rustic feel to it. But you can also print on brown wrapping paper and also coloured recycled papers. So there's lots for you to choose from. But we would definitely go with something that's recycled and recyclable. Now, I've cut my paper to size. So what I'm going to do next is secure my paper down. As printed wrapping paper tends to like to roll back up, you definitely want to secure it. So I'm going to use some masking tape, and we just suggest securing all four corners to your printing surface. This is going to hold it nice and flat. And for this, I'm using 2 of our 45cm mats stuck together, and that's going to give you a really nice printing surface. You could also use a yoga mat or a camping mat for this. You want something so you don't have to keep moving your paper around. So my paper is now secure. I'm going to be using an acrylic paint for this, so a lovely teal green acrylic paint. And when I'm printing paper, you tend to want to use a water-based paint. So this acrylic works really well. Even chalk paint, fabric paint, anything works really well on your paper, so just see what you have in the cupboard. So I'm going to print this with my paisley block all over. Now, I wanted to do something a little bit different, as this is a gift for Christmas, but I've got a friend who doesn't really like maybe generic Christmas designs, and she really likes paisley, so this is the design I'm going to be using. So now I'm just going to print this all over, and you can see it's really easy with my paper being stuck down on the table. It's not moving, and I know that I'm printing exactly the right amount of wrapping paper for the present, so there's not going to be any wastage or offcuts. So there we have my finished piece of wrapping paper, and you can see that only took a couple of minutes to print the whole piece. I'm also going to do a matching gift tag to go with it. So I've just got one of our plain white gift tags. I always like to do a matching tag to go with my gift. So I'm going to pop that on there. Give that a good wiggle and up. And there we go. So there we have my perfect piece of hand-printed wrapping paper that only took a couple of minutes. I can then wrap my gift in this and it'll be ready to give to the person. So hopefully that's given you a few ideas for when you print your own handmade wrapping paper. Thanks for watching.